In West Asia, tensions are soaring high after the recent assassination of Hamas and Hezbollah leaders, including Ismail Haniyeh. As Israel braces for Iran's retaliation, the US President Joe Biden held a crisis talks with his national security team. Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris were briefed on the threats posed by Iran and its proxies. The White House said that they were also updated on US military efforts to support Israel's defense. Remember, US has lately sent extra warships and fighter jets to the region in support of Israel. The leaders discussed efforts to de-escalate tensions, particularly through a ceasefire, hostage release deal currently on the table between Israel and Hamas. Biden also discussed the efforts with Jordan's King Abdullah on a phone call. Their call followed a rare visit to Iran by the Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi. As part of its precautionary measures, Jordan has requested all airlines landing at its airports to carry 45 minutes of extra fuel. A safety notice has also been issued to them. Several airlines have also cancelled flights to Israel and Lebanon and are avoiding the airspace. Meanwhile, US CENTCOM Chief General Michael Kurilla is in West Asia and has paid a visit to Israel. He is the head of the US military command covering West Asia. As part of steps to mitigate the possibility of escalation, Kurilla met with Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant in Tel Aviv. Gallant told the US commander that his arrival was a direct translation of US support for Israel. Kurilla also met Israel's military chief, Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi, for a security assessment. As diplomatic talks continue, a fresh rocket attack on a military base in Iraq wounded several US personnel. The rockets were fired at the base. Now, this is the latest in a series of attacks targeting the Ain al-Assad base in western Iraq. The attack comes after two recent attacks on the base in July. The al-Assad base hosts American troops as well as personnel from the US-led coalition against the Islamic State group. Remember, the US military has around 2,500 troops in Iraq and 900 in Syria. The coalition was deployed to Iraq at the government's request in 2014 to help combat the ISIS. In fact, the US is deeply entrenched in West Asia with multiple air bases. There are 12 American warships in the region, including the USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier. Holding this position, the Biden administration has promised support for Israel, but it urges restraint on all sides. After today's attack on the air base, Biden has also said the US will respond in a manner that it chooses. But while Washington has vowed retaliation to any attack, Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said that the US is working around the clock to prevent an escalation. Blinken has urged Israel and Hamas to break the cycle of violence and reach a ceasefire deal as soon as possible.
We break this cycle by reaching a ceasefire in Gaza. That in turn will unlock possibilities for more enduring calm, not only in Gaza itself, but in other areas where the conflict could spread. So for the United States, for many other countries, both in the region and beyond, this is our focus.
And well, for more on this, our correspondent Jody Cohen sent us this report, the situation on the ground as Israel is bracing for an Iranian response.
So Israelis appear to be getting on with everyday life. That's despite bracing for an attack by Iran and its proxies such as Hezbollah. In the meantime, rocket fire is continuing. We've seen a barrage from Gaza into southern Israel on Monday and a projectile launched from Lebanon into northern Israel, which was intercepted early on Tuesday. The IDF has reportedly sent reinforcements to the Sharon region where I'm standing, and that's due to intelligence received about a Palestinian infiltration plan from the West Bank directed by Iran and Hamas. We've also seen frequent GPS disruption amid fears of an Iranian strike. The US has reportedly observed Iran moving missile launchers. US intelligence had suggested that an attack could take place on Monday or Tuesday. There have been some reports suggesting the 9th of Av, which is the Jewish day of mourning for the destruction of the Jewish temples in Jerusalem, which is next Tuesday. Israeli hospitals, meanwhile, are on heightened alert and said that they're prepared for any mass casualty events.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.